Hello and welcome to Rain and Rail Enthusiast and a look at a station in the top 10 least used stations in Warwickshire series. This one is on the Shakespeare Line. Welcome to Danzey. The station is situated on the North Warwickshire Line, also known as the Shakespeare Line, and is between Woodend and Henley and Arden. Opened in 1908, it was originally called Danzey for Tamworth. Modest waiting shelters were provided, as well as a footbridge linking the platforms. Further passenger facilities included a reasonable sized toilet facility. There was a small goods yard, which was controlled via a small signal box at the Birmingham end of the station. It was one long siding with a goods shed and two small huts. A couple of cottages were also built to house the station master and other employees. The buildings were made from asbestos sheeting fixed to timber, which explains why none of them remain today. As with most railway stations, the goods facilities ceased around the 1960s and eventually the signal box was removed. It does still have, however, amazing charm, as we shall see now. Right then, Danzey. Let's start in the car parking area. There was a pretty good car parking area actually for the size of station. There's a good information board all the way here. There's an information board there for Danzey, or more than an information board for Danzey. I'm just going to stop on that for a second. If you wish to read it, just pause the video. Just before you enter that platform, you've got a fairly new platform information board there. Let's go through the gates. I think you'll find, you've probably already seen in the history video, that this station has been very well cared for. And not just cared for in a modern fashion, it's been cared for to keep it sympathetic to the way it could have looked when it first opened. So as we turn in, there's a new card reader there and an induction loop. And that's attached to one of these new LED style displays, which I saw yesterday. I think they're excellent. A very, very well kept floral display here from the Friends of Shakespeare Line. I'm just going to get down and show you the plaque there. Okay, and carry on from that planter. You've got your onward travel information board. And then you've got this help point, which I haven't seen one of these help points before. That's quite good. You literally have a look on there. It tells you, whoops, it'll focus, the next direct trains. You can even have a little click on there, and that'll tell you exactly when the next departures are. Go back. You have a little journey planner, latest travel updates, any sort of passenger assistance. There's even a station information button, if I can get it to work. There we go, general information about the station and the station facilities, transport links, even a link to the station map, which will show you down there. Haven't seen one of these before. Certainly a little bit more interactive than the normal help points. Obviously the big thing I can see here is unfortunately these days is open to vandalism, but there is information down the bottom here and an emergency button. These are also covered in braille, which I think is excellent. So yeah, a nice addition to any sort of like rural station that hasn't got a proper ticket office. I would hope this could be rolled out elsewhere in the country. I would hope that my fears about them being vandalised wouldn't be realised. But yeah, certainly innovative, and yeah, let's hope we see more of these. Carrying on then, it's attached to a very well preserved waiting shelter. It's had a new roof. put on it. Concrete base and obviously a ramp there. There's a little bit of a map here of the West Midlands Railway network. Performance table, which is not come out very well because of the reflection. And information about the Shakespeare Line. Quite a few of these stations I'm visiting are on the Shakespeare Line. So it's excellent that they've got a poster here telling you how you can get involved and look after your local station, which I do advocate. There's the information there at the bottom. Further to that, these raised platforms, I've seen these around quite a bit here in Warwickshire. These obviously enable people with buggies to get on the stations a little bit more easier. Fairly simple addition, but very useful indeed. And on the side here as well, something else I haven't seen a lot of, and that's a water butt. Something very simple, but obviously very useful to keep these gardens tended with without having to tap into the normal water. Just use your recycled water, which is really good. Let's have a little bit of a look further down platform 2. There we come further on down. There's another lovely Danzey sign, done in the old style. It does look like original pillar work on that. I wouldn't like to say whether that's the original board because that does look very clean, but the pillars that are holding it do look original. And I've got to say, whoever is tending this station has done a fantastic job. I mean, it's so clean, it's so tidy, the bushes are cut back, everywhere is very well maintained basically. And it looks like a charming station. I mean, if you didn't really realise what year we were in, apart from some of the obvious modern signage, you think we'd step back in time about 40, 50 years. It's a really, really good station, this. And look at those sight lines all the way down to that curve. And as I turn around here, the star of the show there is those curves around underneath those two bridges. If you've got a special coming through here, that's going to look absolutely superb. Great clear lines. Walking back towards the entrance, there is a bin there. We're going to go up those stairs in a moment over to platform 1. The overbridge concrete design. One thing of note here is the excellent railings which seem to have been preserved. Again in the blood and custard colours, or pseudo blood and custard colours. As you come down the bottom here, this nice little bike rack is in place for you to use. Again, more original railing work, and then I do always like seeing these. A mile marker post even. Still in situ. Let's walk back to the bridge and go over to platform 1. As you come to the top of the stairs, you'll see this original feature. It looks like a lamp holder. And it's always good to see these original features are still in place. And of course, unusual, you know what I like, on top of the stairs. Very good views across the line and the surrounding fields and area. And look this way, down towards the curve underneath the road bridge. When you come down off the bridge, you're greeted with the help point, an induction loop, and also the Friends of Shakespeare Line. I've put this lovely floral display down here by the bridge. Let's give you a look at the plaque. There we go. I do love that everything's been retro painted in these blood and custard colours, and these original railings are really excellent. They do add to the feel of this traditional station. And even though it's a relatively new waiting shelter, obviously the roof there, very new indeed, but even that's done sympathetically, and fantastic. It's going to last for absolutely ages as well. I mean, look, the concrete, that's all been very well rendered. Yeah, really well looked after. It's very pleasing to see. There's also harvesting, water harvesting. And before I carry on, of course, there is one of these brand new LED information displays. I think they're absolutely fantastic. The amount of information you're getting on there, that's excellent for a traveller. And now at the far end of platform 1, another view there as the curve goes under those two bridges. Turn over to look at platform 2, where again, one of these old style station signs. It seems to be quite a feature along the Shakespeare Line, and really does help the ambience of the station. Passenger services are provided by Class 172 diesel multiple units. The statistics for Danzey are that it opened in 1908. Currently, at time of filming, it has 1 train per hour in each direction, but with no service on Sundays. And the entry and exit figures for 2022-2023 were 4,860. I think you know what I'm going to say about Danzey. It's an absolutely fantastic station which has been well preserved by the friends of the Shakespeare Line. The sight lines up and down the line are brilliant, going off on curves either end. But it isn't just that, it's the fact that the time and effort has been spent on making this station look like it did years ago, and is a credit to the local community and those that look after it. Come down, spend some time here. May only be 1 train an hour either side, but just sit down, relax, enjoy the countryside. This is what being a rail enthusiast is all about. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment and subscribe. And if you can, get out there, get on the railway and see where it takes you. Thanks very much for watching.